Cheer. You already know it's your boy Joe back at it again, codingphase.com. Your boy is backing out and did it again one more time. What's really good, guys? Hopefully you guys are doing great. Hopefully you guys are doing amazing. I'm doing all right. Okay. So yeah, man. Talk to me. I want to see a couple of you guys in here. Let me see who's in here, who's live with me. Okay. Let me just go in, just push a little changes. I've been coding a lot, man. I've been having a lot of fun building this new version of Codingphase, guys. For real, okay? It's just I can't stop myself. I can't stop. I've been just coding all day, all night. It's just kind of crazy, man. It's crazy because the amount of work that it takes to build a platform like the one that we're building right now for you guys is kind of crazy. I mean, even with AI, even using AI, like yo, we're doing a lot, bro. So again, let me see the chat. Let me see what's going on in here. Let me see who's live with me. Okay, we got a couple of people. Ida Reyes, M3 Bed. Who else we got here? M3, Henry. What's going on, my guy? Okay. Shout out to Renee. Let me see who else is in here. We got Deborah. Who else we got in here? Renee the Dev. Daniel Belfield. Okay, nice. Patrick Johnson. We got a couple of people, right? Of course, Henry Coates. Joe done did it again. Yes, sir. We done did it again one more time. So yeah, guys, today we're going to be looking at some of the jobs that's being listed on codingphase.com. Okay. We basically have a new job board, a new platform for you guys to go in and actually just make your life easy, right? My job here is to make your life easy. Doesn't matter if it's, teaching you guys how to code, helping you find the right jobs, like whatever it is that I have to do to make sure that you succeed, I'm going to do it. Okay. So we're about to get started. About to start looking at some jobs in here. Okay. So just give it a second. Let me just see. We're setting something up here so we can see the chat while we are live. Okay, I want to see what you guys are talking about. I want to see what you guys are saying, right? So that's my number one priority, making sure that I get to see you guys. Okay, because if not, then this is boring. Without you guys, right? I'm gonna be bored out of my mind. Okay. So I want to make sure that I'm not bored. Okay. Give me 1 second. Just gotta do a little something in here. Pop, 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 pop. I'm doing a little something. Kind of sucks that I have to do it here live, but I have to just go in and answer this freaking email. Very important email. All right. Got that done. Yeah, man, we don't stop working, bro. Doesn't matter what time it is. Doesn't matter what we're doing. We always working on something. Okay, always remember that. Okay. Let me see what's going on. So yeah, let me see what's going on in here in the chat. We got Don Music, Patrick Johnson. I thought I was in, but I had to log out and log back in, then it updated. Yes. What's good, everybody? What's going on, Vulcan? I haven't seen you in a minute, bro. Where you been at? Everybody busy nowadays, right? Everybody getting a bag, everybody doing what they have to do. So, I mean, it's good. As long as you're making money, that's what's important, to be honest with you. If you're alive, you're taking care of your family, I'm happy for you. You know what I mean? That's all I want for you guys. So, yeah, man, let's get started, man. Let's go in and actually check out some of these jobs that we have in here. I know some of you guys are interested in finding out what's out there, right? And what I really like about this new job board that we added to codingphase.com is the fact that basically, all of these jobs are connecting you directly to the companies themselves. So instead of going into somewhere like LinkedIn, right? Sometimes even Indeed, where a lot of those job boards are like middlemen. What they do is they go in, they scrape the internet, and then from there they go in and basically put the jobs there. Or sometimes, in a sense, they're the middleman for some of these platforms that we have on Coding Phase. Okay, so I don't know if you guys have heard of Workday. There's a bunch of companies like ATS companies that allow companies to be able to add their jobs to all the different websites that's out there. But the actual job itself is within their own systems, especially like Workday. So we got that direct connect. Okay, so we're skipping going through the middleman, right? Where you're gonna find a whole bunch of people applying to the same jobs, like a one-click button. In this, we're actually going in directly into the actual companies that's hosting the job and where the HR people actually log into. Okay. So this way we make sure that you get, the highest chance of getting hired. To be honest with you, like that's my goal, right? That's my goal in here, to make sure that you guys succeed. So let me see what's going on in here. Da-da-da-da. Give me 1 second. We have to do a little something here, but it doesn't matter, right? I just gotta go in and start looking for the jobs. Sorry, I'm like so distracted. I get so many different things happening at once. I don't know why does that happen. It's like constantly every time that I'm about to go live, like no one goes in and emails me. Nobody has an emergency. No one has anything at any other time. But if I'm live, they want to come through. They're like, "Hey man, what's going on? You about to go live? Great. This is the time that we want to bother you." All right, cool, guys. So let's check this out, right? So this is codingphase.com. For those of you guys that don't know, right? If you want to try out the new version of codingphase.com, it's very simple. All you have to do is go to codingphase.com and just click get started now, right? This is V4, right? Beta mode, right? We're doing a lot of changes to the platform. All of you guys that's in here, definitely go check it out. If you've been wanting to sign up to codingphase.com, there's no better time than now. Literally, for $1 a day, you could come in and come to codingphase.com, get access to all of the features, all of the tools, all the courses, everything that we have on the platform for a whole year. Plus the fact that when you come in and you sign up to Coding Phase, right, and you look at the description right now, right, you're gonna get a nice little discount. Okay, a nice little discount. All right, just go in, links in the description. Okay, is 20 YT video, which means, hey, you just came from YouTube. Okay, you basically get a 20% off automatically applied to it, and there you go. Right, you're basically paying 80 cents a day for a year, and you're paying $2.40 per month if you want to come in to Coding Phase. Now, you can come in and just register for free, right? If you want to just go in and just, hey, I want to register. Guess what? You can come in and register and click on Get Started Now, and it'll bring you to the dashboard, and you could get registered. If you're already a Diamond member, just register so you could get in, and we could add you as a legacy user. Like I was saying, for all of you guys, whoever signs up in 2025, you're going to be able to have access to me, which no one else is going to be able to have access past January 1st. Okay. Meaning that if you didn't sign up before 2026, When you go in, you be like, "What, Joe? When's the accountability meeting?" My guy, that's not part of the service. Only for the people that came before you, right? Unfortunately, right? Because we already providing a lot of value, and we're doing a lot of changes within the platform. But again, if you want to come in and get that group coaching, get that somebody to come in and hold your hand through the whole process, this is the moment you want to sign up. So let's go in and let's check out some of this job that's out here, right? So definitely there's a lot of software engineer jobs. We're always going to see that. Okay. Now, what's really cool about this is that, we could come in here and filter this, right? So I'm focusing on entry level positions, right? So if you are somebody that already has experience, already started playing, playing in this game, you could come in and start looking at the jobs that's in here as far as software engineering, full stack, back end. I'm going to go in and keep it simple. I'm going to start with email developer, web administrator, e-commerce developer, okay? And just make my life simple, okay? If I want to go in and I want to get a job right away, this is where I'm going to go in and start filtering these jobs. Now, what's really cool about this is that we have jobs being listed from all over the world. Please do not be scared. If you are in the US and you're like, man, I'm looking for a job, guess what? There might be a job for you in Germany. There might be a job for you in Canada. Don't be scared. Apply. Okay. So let's check this one out, right? So this is a CMS administrator temporary job. This is in, let me see, no corporate title, right? So global finance. Okay. Looking here, boom, boom, boom. Let's see, ability to task, wire transfer. So this is like managing a position, right? CMS administrator. You're dealing with Sumitomo Mitsui Banking. Okay, so yes, there's all type of jobs, bro. There's jobs I'll be like, yo, hold on, bro. Did we just get every job that's in the world right now? Like that shit is crazy. All right, cool. So senior CRM manager. Again, this is for those of you guys that's looking to get into that space. If you're into email development, web administration, these are the type of titles that you're going to start seeing. For example, before we will see content management systems or web administrator, and those jobs are still being listed, but a lot of companies are now going in and just calling this CRM, right? Meaning that you're managing everything, and you're managing from the email campaigns, you're managing the website, right? You're managing maybe in-house CRM system. So you're gonna see these titles in here. Okay, so let me go in and zoom in, make sure that we can see some of the details in here. So as you can see, CRM channels, email, SMS, push, right? QA campaigns, like I said, CRM, Salesforce Marketing Cloud. Okay, so yeah, you'll find some really good opportunities in here. Okay, let me see, CRM business analyst. Of course, there's some things that you might want to go in and skip depending on the actual description. So you want to go in, take your time, right? So this is for iHeartMedia here in the United States. Let's see in here. Okay, analyze CRM. Okay, Martech, CDP, CRM platform. So they're using Braze. This is one of those platforms that you got to pay attention to. A lot of companies are using Braze. I don't know what happened in the last 3-4 years, but it seems like everyone has been switching to Braze. All right. If I'm not mistaken, there is some certifications for Braze that you can get, which gives you a really good chance of getting some of these jobs. And you could do it online. So look at that. Braze practitioner, Braze marketer, Braze certified digital strategist, Braze certified AI fundamentals. This is new stuff that they're coming up with. Braze certified developer, right? So this is a new ecosystem. right? These guys are actually competing with Salesforce. Okay, let me see how much is the Braze pricing. Okay, so look at that. So Braze pricing typically ranges from 60,000 to 200,000 per year, depending on the size of your business. So yeah, this company's getting in a bag. When you say they get in a bag, they're getting a bag. Okay, so yeah, Braze is a new ecosystem, guys, that you want to go in and pay attention to. If you are in the space of email development, content management, Braze is one of those, right? Look at this. All the companies that's using Braze, HBO Max, TurboTax, Going, Rakuten, Bloom, Chime, The Guardian, Wyndham, hotels, MetLife. So yeah, a lot of companies is using it, right? And of course, iHeartMedia. Okay. So again, look at this type of jobs. They're paying $130,000 to $160,000. Now, of course, once you start seeing these type of numbers, you're gonna need some experience, right? We're not gonna go in and sugarcoat it. But what's cool about this is that for those of you guys that it's already let's say email developers, content managers, right? And you're working at companies already, when you come to codingphase.com, right? You're going to start seeing these type of jobs directly to the websites themselves. Not a middleman, not, hey, I'm going to go to LinkedIn and on LinkedIn I can do a one-click button. When you do that, you're doing a mass email or mass application just like everybody else. This is where you want to go to. You want to go directly to the jobs themselves. This is why I decided that I want to focus on the jobs that is going to go straight to the actual career jobs links instead of going in and just putting whatever is on LinkedIn and putting in whatever's on dice.com or Indeed. Just because I have seen better results when you actually go through these platforms, especially my workday jobs and all of that and all of the different ATS systems that's out there. So that's what you're gonna get when you come to Codingphase, right? Let me see what else we have in here. Like you see, it's a lot of CRM. We're gonna see a lot of CRM popping up. Okay, let me see. Right in through here. CMS Teller, Knoxville. Let me see what's this one's about. Tennessee. Okay, so this one's a little bit different. This was a actual teller, right? So you gotta find sometimes that it overlaps the different keywords, right? So CRM lead. This is in London. Shout out to the people in London. So for London, for those of you guys that's in the UK, okay, big heads up. What I've noticed is that there's not that many like email marketing specialist jobs over there. What you're gonna find is CRM jobs. Okay, they're basically going in and just using that title. CRM is the future. Okay, they're just using that title for everything nowadays, guys. Okay, senior WordPress CMS developer administrator in Europe. For those of you guys in the Europe region, okay, guess what? This was no longer available. They already took it out. Damn, they thirsty. They just got listed. This just got listed. They're like, yo, somebody already scooped it up. Europe is bad, bro. Most of the stuff in Europe is like, it's so bad, bro. Like, cause I don't know. It's crazy because you would think like Europe has mad money and like companies over there got mad money because it's Europe, right? You would think, oh man, that shit is Europe, bro. Bro, Europe is broke. You just in Europe. You're in a nice place. So instead of you being in a third world country in South America, Africa, or Asia, some random place, at least you're in Europe, right? But Europe is broke. Like, don't get it twisted. Okay? And I'm starting to realize that over time because I'll be looking at some of the stuff that's happening over there and like how some companies is moving. I'm like, man, they really don't got money like that. And I mean, think about it like this. There's sometimes that people go in and get paid, I don't know, like 30,000 pounds or some shit like that, or like 20,000 pounds in a job. which is kind of crazy, right? Because when you go in, let me see how much is 25,000 pounds to the U.S. dollar. Let's see. Okay, so it's $33,000, bro. I'll be seeing jobs in the UK that's like $33,000, which is kind of crazy. I'm like, how do they survive? Unless it's cheap over there. But I don't think it's cheap. I don't think the housing is cheap. I don't think nothing that they have with it is cheap. So I don't know how people survive. Because you're making $33,000 or something like that for like a software engineer role. And it's like, yo, that shit sounds crazy. Okay, compensation. The ACLU. Let's see what's in here. This is okay. Salesforce CRM. Okay, this is for a CRM. Okay, CRM fundraising. Da da da. Right. Let me see. CMS developer. Okay, this is San Francisco. Okay, we're looking for someone who's got the front end chops to not only build beautiful, responsive websites, but also integrate dynamic content animations in seamless, efficient way. Okay, experience with Contentful or similar headless CMS platforms, must be comfortable managing dynamic, flexible content. Okay. Deliver clean, responsive designs with modern JavaScript frameworks like React, Vue. Okay, let me see what else. All right, so this is another CMS job that's out there. BitGo. I've never. It sounds like familiar, but I never heard of BitGo. Okay, look at this. Pay transparency depending on your leveling and location. Da da da. Between $140 to $170,000. All right. So while some guy is out there, killing himself doing a million leak code questions, there's a guy out here like, yo, let me handle that CMS system real quick. It's a headless CMS. Let me go in and work with your Sanity, your Contentful, your Strappy API. Let me go in there. Let me get my bag. Shout out to everybody that's in here. I see a couple of people in the chat. Guys, make sure you leave a message. Make sure you show some love. Leave a comment. Okay. Make sure you go in and post something. That's what brings the energy. Always remember that you guys are responsible to bring the energy up. Okay, Salesforce administrator is another role in here. Good old Salesforce. Okay. All right. CRM. Man, it was. What's the pay on this? I hate when they do that. They don't go in and actually post the pay, right? Because then now it leaves you in the air. Now you got to go to the job and then be like, well, what is the required salary for you? And then you're in there like, man, I don't know. Should I say 100,000? Should I say 60,000? Should I say 70,000? Like, I don't know what's too much. I don't know what's too little. Like, just make it simple. Be like, yo, this is what we giving. This idea that they just be like, yo, we just got a flexible range. It's like, nah, if you want somebody for the job, just give the freaking money to the job, right? That's saying just let people know. Okay. All right, another CRM role that's in here working at Athene. Okay. All right, this is Salesforce. All right. So let's see. We got those. Let me see what else. I'm going to go in and we already looked at too many web administrator ones. Let's go in and search email developer roles. Okay. So digital marketing specialist. Okay. That's it. Gone. Let's see what else is out here. Okay. Thermo Fisher. Never heard of that. Okay. We're seeking a digital content marketing specialist to support our segment marketing team, crafting outstanding, engaging, tailored content for specific data. Okay. Okay. So focusing on website, email, digital ads. All right. Okay. This is something new that you're going to start seeing. Okay. Proficiency with utilization of generative AI for content creation is a plus. Okay. This is something that you guys want to go in and pay attention to. Salary range estimate for position based in California is 83 to 108,000. There's little Cali jobs. Okay, not bad. Let's see what else we have in here. There's QVC. Okay, QVC gone. Yo, some of these jobs, bro, they people go in and go hard. They fill them up. Okay, email marketing manager, hybrid. Again, manages the relationship with our email service provider, Braze and Movable Ink, and is an expert on the function capabilities of email platforms. Okay, so this is another thing. So right, so we have Braze, which is the one that we just talked about, this platform. All right, but we also have Movable Ink. Okay, this is another one. Okay, just like DJ Khaled said, another one, right? Where was it? Where was that? Okay, let me close to the right. Okay, and let's search this. Just again, as we're seeing new things being popped up on the jobs, we want to go in and pay attention to those things. So, all right, movable ink. Okay, 1 cent, infinite personalization. Welcome to a new era of autonomous marketing. Okay, CNN action. Okay, so let me see. Remove UGC, remove loyalty. What is this about? Hmm. Okay, so basically it's for emails, right? All right. I mean, it's the same thing that all these platforms have, man. Let's see what products they have. They have email, mobile, and web. Okay, DaVinci customer center marketing powered by AI. Everybody got an AI tool now. All right, let me see what else. Right, so again, it's just another platform similar to like Salesforce and Braze. I think Braze is more the CRM. Movable Ink is more for the actual email campaigns. It's just crazy because it's like when you work in corporate, this is like everybody look exactly the same. I'm looking at these people like, yo, there's no like variety. There's no, it's like it's the same type of people that work in these companies, man. It's just crazy. Okay, let me see what else we have in here. This is in Tampa, marketing specialist. Okay, let's see what's in here. Great benefits. There's always something to catch my attention. Great benefits. Okay, they have 14 locations. Okay, let's see. Reading through here. All right, precision engagement. This might not be the right one. Again, this is why you want to go in and read through the actual jobs and see like what's out there. Okay, creative marketing specialist, Alpine Alpine Power Systems, established in 1963. Damn. Okay, reading through here, familiarity with social media platforms, content management systems, WordPress, HubSpot, preferred. Okay, preferred skills, nice to have, right? Basic knowledge of SEO, photography, just stuff that's nice to have. Okay, so in here we have the job responsibilities. The creative marketing specialist to join our growing marketing team. This role is for entry level professional or someone with 1 to 3 years of experience looking to expand their skills. Okay, graphic design, content creation, digital marketing. Okay, will play a key role. So, website content management, update, optimize pages, ensuring content is accurate, engaging, SEO friendly. All right. So, the basics, the foundation. Okay, let me see what else we have here. J.E. Dunn Construction. This is MO. MO is what? Missouri or something like that. I can't remember the state. Let me see. Blue Hat provides equipment rental. Okay, so this is what they do. All right, right through here. Boom, boom. I start catching like PTSD whenever I see must be able to lift. Like that shit just reminds me of every time that I worked in a warehouse or something like that. Where it's like, man, I don't want to see that on a job, bro. Don't tell me I gotta lift something, bro. You make me nervous. You make me think I'm about to start, being in a warehouse somewhere. Okay, let's see. AI driven. Okay. All right. So this is one of the new roles, right? AI driven digital marketing specialist. Okay. This one is going to be using, okay, to apply for this role, please provide a cover letter that explains how you utilize AI to create contact lists, build refined contextual personal content around client segments, deploy and track campaigns using AI integration with our CRM, HubSpot, in practical ways, exponentially increase efficiency in marketing efforts using AI software and techniques. Right. So there's going to be these type of jobs. As you can see, right? These are jobs that's going to basically use the skills that you already have, and then from there, now you're going to be able to go in and shine in a sense because you know how to use AI. So what type of tools you might need for something like this? Very simple. You're gonna need something like ChatGPT, understanding how to do prompts, how to use ChatGPT for brainstorming, how to use something like Perplexity so you could go in and do research, how to use something like Midjourney to create images. Okay, use something like Gemini for video. Again, this is where we're going. Okay, this is where we're going. For those of you guys that want to get into this new world, you're gonna have to know just enough, a little bit of everything that's out there. You don't have to be an expert, but just know how to use the tools and know exactly what you want to go in and pretty much create. Okay. So again, the cool thing about this is like this is a good opportunity for some of you guys that have been following AI and following some of these things and been using it on the side, because in here you're gonna be able to shine. Not a lot of people is gonna be able to do this. They don't know how to do this stuff, and maybe if you don't know how to do this is the moment that you want to go in and pay attention to how to use these tools, because these type of jobs is what's gonna go in and give you a really good opportunity because no one else knows how to do it. And people don't know how to put all these things together, right? For example, like if I'm a email developer, what am I putting now into my resume, right? I'm going in, I'm putting all of the AI tools. Like I said, you have ChatGPT, Perplexity, Cursor, what else? Midjourney, Google Gemini for generating videos, right? So I'm putting all of those things in there. So now when I go in and apply to a job, not only are they getting somebody that can go in and do the technical part of things, but can also go in and use their skills and use AI to amplify what they already know and to expedite everything. Because that's what they're looking for now. A lot of these companies, that's why they're looking for somebody that's gonna come in and be like, shit, if we need to go in, like let's say for example, you need to go in and build a landing page. Okay, let's say we have an advertisement that's running and we want to do multiple tests, right? The guy that just knows how to code the page, like that's cool. But now there's a guy that knows how to create the page, right? And go in and generate all the assets on the page, meaning the images that's getting shown, maybe an animation that pops up on the page, maybe the design for the pop-up modal that's gonna show up where they're gonna capture the email, right? They know how to go in and connect to uh, Facebook and the Facebook pixel and the Meta pixel, Instagram pixel, whatever, TikTok pixel, Google tag. Like now you gotta come in with I could get the job done. Right? Like this is the positive and negatives of AI in a sense. Okay? The positive is, well, let's start with the negative. The negative is that right now, if you was like I don't know, a SQL master, you was a master of like the back end, and you could go in and be like, well, I'm great with MySQL, Postgres, etc. Right? And that's my specialty. I'm a database administrator. Guess what? That shit's no longer special because I could go in and train somebody in a week and teach them just the basics of how to prompt an AI to go and write the SQL, right? So that's not special no more, right? So now, how are jobs going to decide which is the right candidate, right? Which is the right person that we want to go and hire? They're going to choose the person that's going to give them a deal. The deal is, guess what? I'm a guy, and this is what I always told you guys. You want to be that guy that's like, I'm a tech guy. I'm not a front end developer. I'm not a back end developer. I'm not a React developer. I'm a web developer. Whatever has to do with the web, I can do. Okay? You want me to build a landing page? I could do that. You want me to go in and use AI to generate multiple images so we could test out which one looks good? Guess what? I can do that, right? I'm not a designer, but I know how to use some of the design tools that's here. So I could go in and tweak certain things and maybe create like a quick wireframe, right? Now, someone might be looking at this and be like, yo, Joe, this sounds crazy. This is like too much shit to learn, right? Too much stuff that you got to do. Well, this is why it's so important to get in now. Because if you think that this is hard, imagine a year from now, 2 years from now, 5 years from now. Okay? Like, people are not getting paid for just knowing one skill. People are going to get paid and going to get paid really well for solving problems. The technical skill itself is one part of it, but it's how you go in and use all of these tools and put them together to solve a problem, generate income for a company. Those are the things that is going to help you stand out here. Right now, that's why we're switching a lot of the stuff within Codingphase, of like how we're doing things. Like, for example, like right now, we have the online video courses, right? But there's certain skills that you could learn fairly quickly within a lesson, an interactive lesson, right? So, for example, if I go in and I'll tell you, hey, like, for example, okay, we have this new career path that we're gonna open up on Codingphase, right? Which is AI engineer, okay? And the AI engineer, in that course, we're not teaching anything about coding. Coding, you should have learned it in the content editor, the front end developer path, all of these things. By the time you get to the AI engineer, what you're learning is processes, right? Things that you have to do to be able to now amplify the skills that you have picked up as a content editor, as an email developer, as a Shopify developer. So in there, we're going to go over things like, how to use ChatGPT, how to prompt with ChatGPT, right? How to generate images, how to generate videos, how to generate a design, right? All of these extra things that companies is going to be asking for. Like, remember, guys, I'm always 5 years ahead of everybody, right? And you could go in and look it up. Go back to my videos from 2017. Everything that I talked about that was going to happen by 2021 happened. Everything that I said in 2020 about Shopify happened, right? Every single thing that I tell you guys that, hey, this is where the industry is going, it has happened. And this is the next frontier, okay? you're gonna need to know multiple skills, not to be an expert. You could be an expert in one specific thing, but you still need to know enough of everything else that you're gonna need to solve a problem. Not only is that gonna make you a better candidate in the job market, but it's also going to allow you to be able to build things much faster for yourself. If you want to go in and build I don't know, you want to go and get some freelance clients. Guess what? If you know how to use all of these tools, right, you can now go in and be a one-stop shop. You don't need to go in and hire a designer. You don't need to go hire an editor. You don't need to hire somebody to come in and build you this, and that. And you just worry about the code. Now you could go in and build all of that yourself by knowing how to use all of these tools and how to put them together. Okay. Then from there, you have things like, of course, the job, you have the freelancing, you have software as a service, being able to go and do the research, find the right type of product that you got to build or the type of service that you got to build. And then now amplify what you already know and use this AI tools to be able to solve the problem. So those are the things that we're jumping into within Codingphase. That's why the new course for Future Proof Email Developer course is like we focus in the beginning on how to do it manually, and then from there we show you how to do it with AI. You need to know how to do it manually, so then by the time you get to build it with the AI, you could give it the right prompts. You could give it the right information, the right context, so it could build whatever it is that you need. So if I go in and I say, well, I got a client that needs let's say, an email template for their campaign, which is going to be on Wednesday, I could get that done in 20 minutes. And then that allows me to go in and provide that same service to another 5 other clients. Even though the deadline might be tomorrow or the day after, now because I'm able to know how to do this manually and use AI and connect all of these things together, I can go in and provide that service to those people much faster. And the more work that I'm able to build, the more money that I get to make. You know what I'm saying? So there is some negatives, right? The negative is if you was just a one-trick pony, those days is over, right? But the good thing is that a lot of the boring parts is getting automated. But you still need to know what to do to be able to put all of these things together. So you're seeing it right now in the jobs that we're seeing right now. Let me see. Shout out to everybody that's in here. Bro, tripping. Okay, Traverse's video was pretty good about junior devs. I haven't checked it out. I gotta check it out. Let me see. Renee says, I'll ask, what is your pro salary range? Yeah, good question, right? Good way to hit them with a gotcha too. Like they'll be like, man, also, what is the required salary for you? And Renee is like, well, what is your approved salary range? Right? Like, like gotcha too. Gotcha. They try to get you. You're like, yo, you flip it right back at him. Like, yo, hold on, bro. Hold that shot. You know what I mean? They try to blow your foot off, you blow their foot off. Like, yeah, we got this. We could do this word salad all day. You get what I'm saying? Yo, man, I be having mad fun, right? Because I be thinking like, yo, when I'm in here, like I'm here having fun with you guys. We're talking about cool shit that I'm interested in, and I'm helping you guys out. But it's funny because people, you might see me here and you be like, damn, Joe, like this how you are in the office, this how you are in the job. It's like, nah, bro, it's a whole different person, right? And I'm just thinking about that shit about how Renee's like, yeah, I'm gonna hit him with this, and I'm like, yeah, bro, it just brought me right back to like, office, or like when I did a couple of interviews in the past month, and I'm like, yeah, bro, we could go back and forth with this word salad. You want to go? Who wants to go hard with this word salad? It's like, yo, can we circle back on this? Yo, this office jargon, bro, man. That's the thing. That's what I love about like regular jobs. Like you know, like just a regular job. Like it's not office type of work. It's just regular people talking. You go to an office or corporate, everybody got a stick up there, you know what I mean? And everybody walking around with a monocle. I'm gonna order me a monocle over here, bro. Just put my little monocle. Whenever I gotta talk like like a dude with a monocle on, I'm gonna put my monocle on, bro. Anybody want to give me that gift for for Christmas this year? Give me a monocle, bro. Yeah, man, the office jargon, bro. Let me see, reading through here. Arthur Ray says, yeah, Europe is not cheap, but I've seen a lot of people have to survive on 1,000 pounds, and I'm like, damn, that's crazy. Yeah, bro. You know, I got a cousin that lives in Spain. I'm supposed to go over there, and he's like, yeah, I cover everything with 1,400 pounds, not 1,400 pounds, 1,400 euros, and I'm just thinking in my head, I'm like, yo, like, Europe got to be cheap. I'm sorry, but if you could pay for an apartment, a 2 bedroom, 3 bedroom apartment, you still got money to buy clothes. You still got money to go out to eat and go outside. And with 1,400 euros, you surviving, you moving, and you got a car, bro. There's people here that's making $3,000-4,000 a month and can't even do that. So that means that it's cheap over there. I don't want to hear that when people are like, yeah, man, Europe's so expensive. It's expensive on the freaking tourist area. Just like New York City. You go to New York City, you go to Manhattan, it's going to be expensive. But go outside of Manhattan, it gets a little bit cheaper. But I know for sure, if people could go in and survive with like 1,300 euros, yeah, that shit's cheap over there, bro. I'm about to go to Europe. Like, yo, we in here, European Joe. European Joe is doing a Europe season. They be like, yo, what's going on, Joe? Nothing much, man. I'm just chilling here in Italy. Joe is in Italy in some random small ass town outside of Rome, you know? Or here's Joe again in Slovakia, you know what I mean? Or freaking guys, it's cold out here in Denmark, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're gonna find me somewhere out there in Europe somewhere, bro. Dirt cheap, you know. Let me see. Does the website search the jobs automatically? We do a mixture between it's automatic and also manual checks, right? And also too, there's certain jobs that I see opportunities at a company that maybe might not be able to get picked up right away, and I'll go in and add it manually myself when I see like a really good opportunity. Let me see, Missouri, right? It was Missouri, right? Patrick said yes, it's Missouri. Simple. If you're in the dough and can't lift 10 pounds, seek help. Yeah, that's wild to put down on the resume. It's like, yo, we need you to make sure you can lift 10 pounds. This dude is like, yo, I'm disabled. I could only type. That's his whole excuse. You know what I mean? That's like, there's people that I don't know when people be like, yo, I'm legally blind. I know there's people that's blind and legally blind, but I know that there's some people that just scheme it just to get the little blue pass. Because I be seeing some dudes that they be like, yeah, I'm legally blind. I'm like, what does that even mean? Because you could read, you could see everything. You not walking around with glasses and a stick. You don't got a dog with you. You out here in the hub walking around. Yeah, I'm just legally blind. What does that even mean at this point? If you somehow game the system to get a check, my guy, just say that. You know what I mean? Just say just say I got free parking and I schemed it. I finagled my way in. I got a $500-800 check every month. Just say that. Stop talking about, yeah, I'm legally blind. Bro, you do everything. You know what I mean? You could do everything. You talking about you legally blind. Let me see. I was in an appointment center for a med spot earlier this year before being CRM specialist, and they were offering 1,000 USD, and Philippines were super happy with that. But yeah, salary like that in Mexico is okay. Yeah, not bad. Antoine Johnson, what's going on, my guy? Let me see, reading through here. Lara, that's great information. But tell me this: what title keywords we put in LinkedIn if we're not specialists on anything? We are trying to just land the first job. Look, Lara, the word specialist doesn't mean you're a specialist. That's like me. When I used to work in a supermarket and Stop and Shop in New York, they call me inventory manager specialist, right? Inventory specialist. And at some point, they call me inventory manager once there was another inventory guy, meaning that I'm managing the other dude. I'm getting $9.50, and this guy's getting $9, and I'm the manager, right? There's some jobs that they just put whatever on the title to make people feel good, okay? Also, too, it's just a nicer way to say, okay, this person knows something, right? But a lot of times when you see the title manager, title specialist, it doesn't mean that the person is a specialist, right? It's like that they've been doing this for years and years. It's like, no, this is something that they know, right? Or like this role is something specific to that, okay? So don't get scared. You could go in and put, email marketing specialist. You could go in and put in CRM specialist. Like that's what the title of the job is. It's not that you're like an expert on it, right? And now if you go in and be like, yo, super senior with a PhD in Salesforce, yeah, now you stretching it. Now you stretching it on LinkedIn. You know what I mean? Like, yo, 27 years on Salesforce. And Salesforce don't even have 10 years. Right? Like, you be like, yo, I got 27 years on Salesforce. It's like, yo, but you was born in 1995, 1996. Yeah, exactly. The day I was born. The same day I was born. The same day I was born, they made me a Salesforce specialist. Yeah, but Salesforce came out like in 1999. I was 4 years ahead. I was part of the research and development team for Salesforce. Now you can't take it that far, right? So as long as you keep it in a realm where it's it could be realistic, right? It could be semi, you know, semi stretching it, semi fake, semi. You know what I mean? You just can't go in and be like, "Yo, I've been doing this since 1978 on Salesforce." Yeah, we used to do it on paper. Like you can't take it that by, like that back. Just be a little bit more realistic, right? If we aim to target for everything, what we write on our profile, stay cool, Joe. What do you write? I will say it all depends because, like, look, if I'm again, let's stay with that topic. Let's say if I'm an email developer, right? I'm going to have everything that has to do with creating the email campaigns, right? Like I know how to use Salesforce, I know how to use Klaviyo, I know how to use let's say Braze, and I know how to use Canva, right? So now we're getting into the things that might be required within the job. So you got Canva. I might know how to use Figma or Adobe's Creative Suite. I know how to work with a CMS system, right? So now you're putting all of these things that's connected to the job, like what you're gonna be doing on the job, right? And those are the things that you're gonna list out. And of course, you're gonna have your section there where you're gonna talk about, hey, I can do A and B testing. I can go in and test the emails to make sure that they are working and look good in every single platform. I know how to use Litmus or email on Acid. Like you want to go in and just connect all of these things. All of this stuff is part of the job. There was a point where you just go in and be like, I just know how to code and somebody will give you a job. That doesn't work anymore. You have to go in and be like, okay, this is what the job is. This is what I can do within this role. Okay. And just list out everything for it. Santo says, job market is also based on luck. I wouldn't say that it's luck. It's about showing up. Okay. Because what did they say? What's that saying? It's like luck is like being at the right place at the right time. Okay, but if you don't show up or you don't shoot your shot, then how can you be at the right place and at the right time? You have to just go in and do it, right? You got to show up and be there as much as you can. So if that's what you mean by luck, then yes, there is a piece of luck. Also, too, is the human side of things, right? What I call the human touch. Like I could go in and have everything perfect, but if somebody that interviews me has a bad day or automatically don't like me or is racist, there's people that's like that. Like trust me, right? I'll go in and they're like, nah, right? Or you go into a company and the interviewer it might be, I don't know, let's say, again, we're not gonna go into all this stuff, but let's say it's an Indian guy, and then it's another Indian guy comes in right after me. Who you think he's gonna be more comfortable with to work with? Me, this random Spanish guy coming in here with a certain type of sauce, or the other Indian guy that maybe he knows his cousin or something. You know what I'm saying? That they went to the same school. That's the human side of things. So it's not really luck. It's just like I'm hiring somebody who's qualified, but I also want to be around, right? I want that person around. If when you go to an interview, you can demonstrate that of you don't have the skills or that, hey, I'm one of you guys, right? If they don't feel that, why the hell would they give you the job? Like I remember when I used to be like interviewing people before and in other companies and even with Codingphase, sometimes people come in and be like, well, yeah, yeah, so I used to do this and they're like looking down or whatever. It's like you can't do that. You got to come in and be like you're talking to a regular person. Like, hey, how you guys doing? Hi, my name is Joe Santos. I'm an email developer. I'm a Shopify developer. I'm a WordPress developer. I'm everything that you guys might want me to be. Pretty much, I know everything about web development. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's a conversation. That's somebody coming in confident that is like, okay, cool. Like, you broke the ice. You made a little joke. Now the person's comfortable because they're awkward too. They're feel weird. Like, oh man, I gotta talk to a bunch of random people, and then now those people, almost everybody that's already applying to the job, almost all of them are qualified for the job, right? So, what is it that's gonna differentiate you from everybody else? It comes to personality, the type of person that you are. Are people going to be comfortable with having you working on this job? Then also too, you have the work experience, right? Like I could go in and say, well, they love me, but then this other guy comes in, they love him too, but then he got 10 years above me, right? So now they're like, we got to go with the guy that has 10 years. Shit, he's been doing this shit for 20 years. And Joe only been doing it for 12, 13, 14 years, right? Maybe the guy with 20 years might be better for us. But then now the guy that's, got 20 years, he wants $200,000, $300,000. Then now comes in Joe. Joe's like, yo, I'll take it 125. So now Joe gets the position. You know what I'm saying? So it's a give and take. It's a balance thing. Okay. And it's like, that's why I tell you guys, you got to go in and have everything like a checklist. Okay. I always connect like getting a job to like dating. All right. If you go in and you try to date somebody, right? You want to get a girlfriend, you want to get a boyfriend, whatever you into. Okay. You have to understand that you have to show up and you got to shoot your shot. If you don't show up and you don't shoot your shot, you're just never going to get anybody. But then after that, once the person has stopped and gave you that attention, now you got to confirm why they should listen to you. Why should they stop for you? Right? Now you got to go in and continue that conversation and make them feel comfortable. It's the same thing. If you ever picked up a girl, right? Or even now girls picking up guys, or even you a guy picking up a guy. You know what I'm saying? Do what you got to do, right? It's a give and take situation of just like, it's a conversation, right? I come in like, hey, how you doing, man? Damn, you're looking good right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? And just a little flirt, a little something. It's like, damn, I didn't know you got those shoes. Where you got those shoes from? Like, it's a conversation. It's like a stop thing. It's like you stop the person from what they're doing And then now you just continue a conversation. Now that they stopped, you have to continue this conversation. Same thing as when you apply to a job. You apply to the job, guess what? You got there. Now they paying attention to you. It's what you say. If for whatever reason they're like, nah, they just don't like you, bro, they just not gonna like it. Okay. What you do is you go to the next one and you continue doing that until you find the right spot. Right. And trust me, when you qualify, you will find a job. It all depends on that combination of the skills, you know, what's your salary that you're asking for, what's the deal that you're giving them, right? It's like, again, going back into like dating, right? If I'm noticing, like, I mean, this is me like back in the days, I'm married now, but if I'm noticing this is a girl that's like, yo, we gonna be here for a year and we ain't gonna do nothing, sorry mom, I'm not calling you past the first date. That's it. Like, if I could tell, like, yo, this is gonna be like too much work, I gotta go in and be like, it's like, yeah, we got 6 months and we still just doing kisses and holding hands. Yeah, I'm not I'm not calling you back. Instead of talking about, yeah, man, I'm waiting until marriage. I'm like, I might give you a week. I might give you a week, a month of like, let me see if I test the waters. If the waters is too blocked, yeah, ma, you could go to the next guy. I'm good. I'm not wasting time. Right? So it's the same concept with jobs, right? You go in, you apply to all the jobs. If this shit is too crazy, too hard, too difficult, I'm not even going for it. I don't have time for that. I want to live my life. I want to enjoy myself and I want to get money, right? That's why you might not see me going into some of these big ass companies. I just never felt the need for me to go in and go through hell to get a job that's gonna pay me an extra $10,000-$20,000 more than the job that I could go in and get easily. Like, why the hell would I do that? And it's not because it's like I can't do it or not qualified. I just don't want to. There's no point for me. There is no benefit. You know what I'm saying? Or when you gotta go work at a company where you gotta kiss ass too much. I'm not that type of person. I don't kiss ass. Right? I go in and I do my job. If I'm qualified for it, give me the job. If you want me to kiss your ass, don't give me the job because I'm not kissing nobody's ass. And at 4:59, I'm already at the elevator. I'm that guy. When people be like, yo, they start looking around like, yeah, man, have a good day. And they're like, have a good day, Bob. Have a good day, Joe. Joe, where are you? And they're looking over the fucking, oh shit, Joe's over there by the fucking elevator. Yeah, Joe, have a good day. It's 4:59, my guy. I already packed my bag. I'm out of there. I'm not sitting down talking to people, delegate shit. No, I'm not staying there. This is not my company. I'm not born with you guys. I don't know you guys from a hole in the wall. I'm out. Keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? This is like when you go to school. You ever had a class like in high school or something like that, right? You have a class where it's like it's a mandatory class, but everybody in that class you don't fuck with, you don't like nobody there. That's how I go to a job. I go in and like when I'm in the job, it's from 9 to 5. I'll go in and do everything I have to do. I'm all smiley. I'm all cracking jokes. I'm this and that. 4:59. Whoop. Joseph got turned off. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, somebody tried to talk to me in the parking lot. Sorry, man, I left Joseph. I left Joseph on the desk, bro. This is Joe out here. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on, my guy? Talk to me. Like, yeah. Yo, I had somebody that when we used to work together, they're like, yo, I didn't know you was this cool. And I'm like, bro, you never met me. Like, yo, we worked together for like 2 years. And one time I was in this spot in Astoria, Queens. And me and this other guy, we used to work at a company in Brooklyn. And somehow we bumped into each other like at a bar/restaurant. And we had like a ball. We chill and we fucking hanged out. We bagged shorties. We almost brought like a party to his crib. Like we had a freaking litty time that day. And then the dude, as like, we both twisted, whatever, and he talking to me. He's like, yo, Joe, you the fucking man, bro. Da, da, da. Because people, if you think you like me through this camera or you hate me through this camera, bro, you love me in real person. You're a girl, you fall in love. You're a guy, you be like, damn, that's my best friend, right? Because I got that energy. That's just the truth, right? I'm a cool person. I'm nice, right? But as we're twisted, right? This dude was like, yo, Joe, like, I never knew you was this cool. I'm like, bro, you never met Joe. You met Joseph. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't even know that guy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when I clock in, what's the name of this show? It's on Apple. There's an Apple show right now, Insidious or something like that. I don't know what's the name of that thing. There's a show on Apple where literally when you go in the elevator, you're like, you're like, whoop, you like a whole different person. That's me. Severance. Severance, bro. It's like, yo, you've met Joseph. You don't know Joe. Joe is out here in the wild. You get what I'm saying? I get into an office, I get into a professional setting. It's a whole different Joe. It's Joe with the suit on, with the the slacks and the button down. You know what I mean? The bowl head is out. You know what I mean? The fresh cut is out. This is Joe. You getting Joseph over there, bro. Like you getting Joseph, bro. You got the diet version. You get what I'm saying? You got the Coca-Cola zero sugar. That's what you got. Yeah. You go ahead and be like, yo, Joseph Garcia. Joseph Garcia. Yeah. Yeah, bro. That should be crazy. That's like sometimes I'll be like, yo, some people be like, man, like they, I don't know, man. Sometimes in some of these companies, they're not cultured, bro. I don't know, bro. I don't know where some of these people be coming from. Like they don't have no, they're not cultured. They don't fucking travel. They don't know this other societies, other countries, other ways how people live. Some of these people, I'm not saying no names, where they're from, whatever. Doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. But some of these people, they're not cultured, bro. Like I remember, like I go to a job and people's like, Mr. Garcia or Mr. Garcia. I'm like, it's Joe Santos Garcia. You're talking about, you think the last name at the end is my last name. No, it's both last names. It's Santos Garcia. That's how you do it in Latin America. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, bro. It's like it's hard for them to understand that. I don't know why. That's like I was watching somebody on TikTok talk about this. That yo, he's like, yo, people's gonna have a hard time with Bad Bunny on the Super Bowl. And I'm like, why would they have a bad time? Well, people don't know no Spanish. And I'm like, yo, but like what makes you think like that's a bad thing? Right? When you live in Asia, you live in Africa, you live in Latin America, you live in parts of Europe, you listen to American music and you listen to music that you don't even understand. Like when I was listening to rap when I was a little kid, right? I didn't even understand what they were saying, but I liked it and I enjoyed it. You know what I mean? Or I'll be like, you know what I'm saying? Like sometimes you be like, yo, you don't know what they're saying, but you're listening, you vibing to it. It's dope. Why is it here in this country? People's like, nah, we could accept everything from outside. We could accept. Well, they could accept everything from us, but we not accepting anything from outside. Like some people, they like so close minded. It's because they're not cultured. They don't go outside. If you don't travel the world, you know. Another crazy thing that I've seen here in the United States, there's people that have never seen the sea in the United States. That they'll be like, yeah, I've never seen the sea, bro. I've never seen the ocean. That sounds crazy to me. You live in the richest country in the world and you've never seen the ocean. That means you just been stuck in like Wyoming somewhere, or like, Nevada, and you never even went outside of your circle. For me, when was living in New York City, one of my biggest fears was, man, I don't want to die in New York. Why did I say that? Because I knew friends of mine who, they'll spend like 2 years on the block. Like, they don't go nowhere. They do their work, they sell their little shit. They don't leave the block. They don't go to Manhattan. They don't know what Long Island is. They don't know what upstate is. They don't know what Connecticut is. They don't go to PA. They don't know what the Poconos is. They don't know what going to DC is. They don't know about going to Philly. They don't know about coming to Florida. They don't know about what's going on in California. They don't know nothing that there's a Texas down there. They don't even know what Chicago is. Chicago is like a New York, but they don't even know that New York comes technically from Chicago. That whole thing of how everything is built is like, Chicago's the originator of that shit, right? They don't know none of that shit. And they just know the block. So when I was like living in New York, I used to always say, man, I just don't want to die here in New York, bro. I don't want to be one of these motherfuckers that just stay in one thing and they're not cultured. They don't know nothing about what's going on in the world, because what I used to do, I used to always dream, just dream big, right? Dream big of things that I want to do when I grow up, things that I want to do when I start getting some money, right? But there's people that they just make their life just this little box, this little thing. And there's people like that all over the freaking country, where it's like they just like so boxed in. You know what I'm saying? It's like me. I'll listen to some K-pop. Soda pop, soda pop, right? Like, my kids be playing all that shit, all that K-pop shit. I'm like, oh shit, that shit's dope. I don't know what they're saying, right? I listen to some Bad Bunny or some reggaeton shit, or I might listen to some Brazil funk, right? I might listen to some Punjabi shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I listen to everything, some Arabic shit, right? But there's some people that are like, nah, bro, like, this shit is not in English, and they're losing their mind because Bad Bunny's gonna be live on the Super Bowl. I'm like, bro, y'all gotta get cultured, man. Y'all gotta go outside, touch grass, surround yourself by other people. DJ's like, yo, that's so me being in Boston my whole life. Yeah, bro, we gotta get you out, bro. We gotta pay. Yo, can we do a little GoFundMe for DJ and get him on a bus? Put him on a bus. Let him ride through the whole United States. We'll do a GoFundMe. I got 1,000 for him. You know what I mean? Put him on a GoFundMe. Like, yo, we're gonna pay for his trip for him to go with a Codingphase T-shirt, right, and go everywhere in every state, and be like, yo, take a picture. Like, yo, we here, boy. This is me in LA. This is me in Chicago. This is me in Portland. This is me in freaking, what's the name in Arizona. Damn, I forgot the name of this freaking city. Not Phoenix, the other one, the big one, where the rich people live at. Damn, what's the name of that city? Damn, last time I was there, that shit was dope. Arizona. I gotta look at it in the map. Where is it? It's not Tucson. Damn. Did I really? Scottsdale. Yeah, I'm in Scottsdale right now. Yeah, bro. We'll go in. We'll send you somewhere, DJ. For real. Come down to Florida. You stay in my crib for a couple of days. But yeah, guys, listen. Like I said, guys, definitely check out the links in the description. Go to codingphase.com. A lot of cool stuff happening. A lot of cool things that we're adding to the website. Like I said, we have the job board in there. Go in, look through the jobs. You can go in and add the jobs. Once you apply to them, you could track exactly, which jobs you have actually applied to, right? And you could keep track of everything. Either you applied to it, you put in an interview, you got an offer, they ghosted you, whatever it is. And you get some data in here, like how many jobs you actually viewed and how many jobs you actually applied to, which is something that's really important. So yeah, guys, like I said, I'm gonna see you guys later. All right. In Sedona, someone says Sedona, Scottsdale. Yeah. All right, guys. So listen, it was nice hanging out with you guys, but I'm gonna see you guys later. All right. Have a good day, and yeah, we'll stay in contact, man. Check out codingphase.com. Check out the links in the description. If you guys been wanting to sign up, this is the year. Please do not get left behind. Okay, because everything that we provide here on Coding Phase, it's great, but the icing on the cake is that mentorship, that getting access to me, that I could go in and look at your projects, give you reviews, right? I'll do the meetings every week with you, right? That's the icing on the cake. And if you don't sign up this year, you're not gonna have access to that next year. All right. So anyways, it's your boy Joe back at it again, codingphase.com. Take care.